The reason why they lied was out of fear and desperation. So this entire manipulation occurred because they are not getting orders from dealers. They're not. Production's way down. There are brands out there that are still shut down right now and not building. There's some that are open 2 days a week, maybe 3 days a week. They're not getting the orders because dealers are overstuffed with inventory. So, like a bunch of dummies and like a bunch of bad business people, instead of dealing with the inventory on the dealer's lots and taking control of the inventory and taking control and getting it out of the dealer's lot. Meaning, here's what I mean by that. Shockwave toy haulers is the worst offender of this. In order for me to sell Shockwave toy haulers here at my dealership, I've had to take between a $7,000 and $10,000 loss to get within what the market brings. Meaning consumers are willing to spend X amount of dollars because it matches their payment. So I've had to take between $7,000 and $8,000, $10,000 losses to move the inventory. Now, instead of Forest River, Shockwave itself, covering that expense and going, okay guys, thank you so much for moving the inventory. Here's a check for $5,000. We'll cover half of the cost of the loss. They're like, well, we'll give you $750 if you put another order in. Well, how does putting another order in help me with the units on the lot? Let's be real. It doesn't. No offense to these guys, but this is the capitalism is good and greed is good. But intense greed is going to cause this industry to collapse on the manufacturer level. Not on the dealer level. Dealers are all going to survive. The ones that have survived so far till today are going to be fine. You're going to still have a few that have already started the process of going out of business that haven't finished yet. But the ones that are in place right now, they're going to do what it takes to survive. Most of them are going to go to auctions and buy used. Most of them are going to buy street buys and buy used to keep inventory. Dealerships do not need the manufacturers to stay alive. The manufacturers need the dealers to stay alive. And they need to wake up. Because if the manufacturers don't wake up and smell the coffee, and I'm looking at you, Mr. Pete Legal, and Mr. Bob Martin, and Mr. Doug Lemon, I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at Winnebago. I'm looking at Newmar. If you guys don't start writing checks to the dealers to help them move the inventory that's on their lot, if you think this year was bad, wait until next year. It's going to be worse. And if you think that dealerships are going to sell more trailers next year than they did this year, I want what you're smoking. Because it ain't going to happen. Especially when your three biggest markets are down more than 38% in retail sales over 2022. And they are down 61% over 2021 and down 67% over 2020. We are back to numbers in the retail side in the three biggest markets, not everywhere. Three biggest markets, Texas, California, Florida, three biggest markets. Those three markets are back to 2010 and 11 retail numbers. By the way, those three states represent 41% of the retail business in the RV world. 41%, that's almost half, guys. So if you think those three states are going to randomly have a boom year during an election year, you better go look yourself in the mirror and realize you guys screwed this up.